New round. Back to Robert. What is our circumstance here? You did not like getting bitten by baboons and clawed.
No.
So the question is whether you will have to fight them, but you can maneuver. You can maneuver back toward the fence to try to get over it. You can maneuver to get into the house through the wall, or sorry, through the door.
First and foremost, I was under the impression that Oliver had told me to go there because the terrific was trying to find its place in the world.
That is true. That is true. None of that.
Something like
right. None of that is changed. Right.
Great evil.
That's right. All of that is absolutely true. None of that has changed. The Tirafeg, however, is not out here biting you and casting longing glances at that sacrificial area that they're trying to drag you toward. The Tirafeg is clearly somewhere inside.
So I have to fight him, but I can maneuver.
We've got a whole minute to account for, yes. You can tell me where you're going as you fight. And depending on the outcome, you might even have a chance to get through the door. So for example, if none of them hit you or if you do like some serious damage, you'll probably be able to get through.
Am I inside or outside?
This is technically outside, but it is roofed over. This is a courtyard with a partial roof. One of the baboons had dropped down from it.
So, can I go?
You would go here, would be going inside into the house through that door.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. So now it is initiative time. Over here. Yes, every round. Initiative.
That's a 5.
That's a 5. I rolled a 1. Little less spin on it next time, perhaps. And so, exactly, yeah, that'll take me in the eye. So if you, okay, so what that means is you have your strike on a baboon. So a D20. With, I believe, was it an 11 or?
10.
10 or higher.
Yeah.
Aha. And there you go. And the longsword damage is 1 to 8, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
I don't remember.
I think it is.
Depending how big they are.
No, they're human sized.
Yeah, then so
D8.
D8.
Mm-hmm.
Because large
That's full damage.
Okay, that one got 2 strikes on its claws. And none of them got a bite. So that's going to be a D4 and a D4 again. Hopefully not 4 on each this time. No, 1 on each this time. See, it all averages out. So you take 2 from the claws, from the double claw hit, which gives it its, none of them bit, but that one does get its rending attack, which is not as savage as the true carnivorous ape. And the rending, okay, that's going to be an additional D4. And another 4. That one has seized you. You do not get to the door because you have been seized, and this one is rending you with its savage arms and claws.
What does rending mean?
it means that it clawed you with both, which means it has
Yeah.
achieved a grab, and now it is ripping at you while maintaining its grab.
Yeah, so I want to get out of the grab.
Yeah, that sounds like a really good idea. And so another thing too, given your high wisdom, I can give you advice, which is that you could try to call the terrific.
I'll do that.
That's a fine idea. Okay, so therefore, this is very, very gory, and it's not going to go well for you if we keep doing this.
Yeah.
And even though you do have an advantage to hit, that is a lot of attacks coming in on you simultaneously with these creatures. And they tend to mob their opponents, so therefore they're good at fighting in among one another. They're not getting in each other's way. So, what now? That brings us over here. Do you wake up yet?
No, one more round. So
One more round.
After this.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to let you know what you see in here. Here, aha. Here you see this central.
Wait, a quick question. Did you roll a die to see if I did get into the rend and the state, or
They had to hit with both claws. They have 2 claw attacks and a bite attack. And if a given baboon hits you with 2 claws, then the rending attack is automatic.
okay.
So I don't have to roll a hit for that. I already basically succeeded in that. So here it's very similar in terms of the spherical quality of the room, but it's smaller. So the flat place on the floor is occupied by this a flat place on the floor, just enough for a person to stand, which is there's a coin, like a big money kind of coin with arcane inscriptions on it of purest gold, which is basically right there where that star is, and is all glowy. And since the room is constructed as I described for this one, that means that there's no flat place. As the Quasit Wolf pulls you through here, both of you slide down like into the bowl of coming up to that coin thing.
Right.
And your wisdom is what? 11.
Okay.
You have just enough wisdom to recognize that that is a very, very, very sacred thing to this temple that is doing a thing. And that's all you know. You can't figure it out like, for example, Robert could have.
But I probably shouldn't touch it.
I'm not telling you that for
No,
11.
no.
I'll tell you that on a 14 or higher, but I'm
Yeah,
not
but
telling you on an 11.
I'm telling myself that.
Okay.
That I probably shouldn't touch it in the possibly keeping all these bugs at bay.
Actually, the Quasit goes in a very unwolf-like voice. Ooh.
My fault.
But first, I'm gonna thank the Quasit for taking me away from danger.
You're beginning to feel you can start moving your little fingers now. You can wiggle your toes. I'm not sure you can get out a full thank you with proper grammar, but you can manage to make some thank you-ish noises, I think. So that's your situation. Oh goodness. And then over here, we have this creature who can use its ability called Scaly Command, which would be reptiles in the original, but it is insects in my version, to call off all of the creatures. Actually, it should have a roll for how many. And I have the creatures listed here, so therefore I could legitimately find out how many of the creatures it can call to itself to serve it. Oh, okay, well that would be 1 to 10 times 7. Let's hope it rolls high.
90.
7 wasps, 1 seafowl, who, if you ask me, should count for a whole bunch, like a million. But
Yeah.
no, it
No.
is 1 seafowl, so I guess it counts as 1. And so that's 8, and then the 2 lampreys make 10. And the 2 assassin bugs makes 12. So it calls them off, the bleeding, poisoned, weeping, trapped crowd of people with with however many of them have survived. But the lampreys don't do that much damage. The wasps paralyze you, and you are paralyzed. You don't die. They may want to see about those eggs that have been implanted in them, but that's a later problem. And the seafowl has probably squished 1 or 2 people, but it's slow, as you recall, so it really hasn't attacked that many. So therefore, they turn away from the crowd before completely massacring them, so that's good.
Great. What about the insect guy with tentacles?
That is the problem. That is the problem. The dragon is using its scaly command and pulling them off of there. The response of Tsetse is probably going to be pretty smart, which is to suddenly realize that even if they kill you, everyone wants to kill you. I've discovered.
You're too nice.
Yeah, it's not easy to be good in a bad world.
Is that so despite their point of view, this is actually a fairly clever character, and quickly realizes that they're going to have to face that godling thing directly. And this does not strike them as a good idea. So they turn and they run into that circular room that they came from, and are not going to make it to the small room in time, but they are going to get into the main circular area with those wasps. Now, those wasps, I said, were 6 of them, and they would be pulling themselves off the wall with noises, and coming to their aid, except that we're talking about 90 bugs under the scaly command, and we had only reached 12. So this brings us up to 18. So that means that we have, that they realize that they are completely, isolated now. So that's what they do. How about you?
Oh, I want to use my time to cure my light wounds.
That's a really good idea. Okay, so that would be 1d8.
8.
That's a 10.
The one next to the 4, yes.
That's it. 5 points.
That's okay.
Now, do keep in mind that if you're taken below 0, you will lose points every round and you'll be helpless. But you would have to reach -40 before you die.
Oh, wow.
So you have a long period of lying there suffering.
Oh, that's harsh.
Right. It
I was
takes Orc a
suffering
long time to die. So therefore, just keep it in mind that just hitting 0 doesn't slay you.
Okay.
It just means you suffer for more.
I also for less.
There's
So,
a good in
yeah.
everything.
So there's a benefit. Now the point is that a friend can come help you during that time. Is the idea.
Hmm.
Okay. Now, I think that accounts for
Yes. I'm not giving up.
you're busy twitching and grunting. And the Quasit, who now remember their action had been to drag you in here.
It's now fully healed as well.
Yes.
So no more complaining from it of being injured.
It can still complain that it was injured.
Being injured. It's not
Yes.
injured anymore.
But does everyone realize that time that I got terribly hurt helping you, Alexei? I mean, I hope everyone appreciates that in retrospect.
I do.
Yeah. So
I'm going to hear that for the rest of your life.
I know.
now here is I'm getting my rounds mixed up. Did we account for you this round you came into this space, correct? Or are we
He did.
right? Okay, so that's all.
I think I didn't.
The Quasit has reacted, but you haven't done anything.
No.
So therefore,
I'm going to leave this room.
okay.
Which is completely worthless.
Carnation is looking around and saying, "Who is that guy?"
Who cares?
She was curious. She was looking. She said she wants to read the little plaque, but no. Okay. So, all right. So into here, and here you can
Yes.
get an idea.
So that's
Your
basically
wisdom lets you know that all the
another
good stuff,
11 points of wisdom.
all the good stuff must be on the other side.
Has to be somewhere.
So you have come through here.
Is there anything that's in my way? Because I'm really getting
Right.
irritated.
There is nothing here, although up here on this little stagey area with the stairs is a whole bunch. And remember the office downstairs with all the accounting stuff? There's a lot more of it there.
Oh gosh.
Like
Yeah,
I wouldn't say file cabinets of a 19th century design, but something similar to that. Perhaps more 17th century looking, with lots of little shelves
entirely
and that you pull
uninteresting.
things in and out of and stuff like that. Right. Well, I'm telling you what you
Yes,
see as you go by, and then you come in here.
Can
Here,
I just
yes.
check? Are there more of those windows?
No.
Roof windows? Okay,
No.
just okay. So let's continue.
Mhm.
There must be
Here.
something here.
Yes, there is a decorated door here that's very impressive in size, although the decorations are extremely tasteless and kind of overdone. You would expect them to be. They're almost kind of. Yeah, they look as though somebody was trying to be very, very fancy, but they're actually kind of lame.
Well, let's take a
And
look.
then there's that area over there, which would parallel. You know that the ramps came up on the other side, and that there's some other weird space up there too. Whatever that may be.
So center or continuing?
And you know that the center is continuous with the column from downstairs. You do know that.
I think I want to take a look in there. But
Okay.
on the other hand, there may be people. So a careful look.
Okay. So that's what a surprise check is for. Let's take a look at 18.
Do you want that back?
No, I know all about it.
Let's see who surprises me. That's a 5, so no surprise here.
No surprise there. As you come in, you see, first of all, that this pool...
Look in.
Though as you look in, okay, so you can see the corresponding pool, although it's not coming down from the ceiling, obviously. This is where this would be that one's ceiling. So therefore, there's kind of a frothy overspray of that phosphorescence just over the lip of the pool.